So, hello. This is the Partner Finding Fair organized by the eTwinning group of English teachers. English as a foreign language, English as a second language. The idea was that we are all looking for reliable and hardworking partners. So since we all teach the same subject, or at least have the same interests and use English as a medium of communication in interdisciplinary projects, we can also find things in common and maybe start new projects together. So I asked those who participated in the event to create a short presentation where they will share their ideas and hopefully will find some partners. I have compiled all these presentations. They are 8 presentations, and we will present them today. So I wouldn't like to be doing all the talking. It's your floor and your suggestions. Let me just briefly remind you that we also have this forum, which is active on the ESL Group, and you can use it today and throughout the year. This would be a good time to share your idea now there, and you can also spread the word with other colleagues. So use the link and upload your presentations there as well. Also, I would like to remind you that one more activity of the ESL Group is running, the Multilingual European Map. As you all know, on Monday, on the 26th of September, we celebrate the European Day of Languages. All mother tongues, all native languages, as well as English, of course, are celebrate on this occasion. And we would like to create a map where a good number of schools can participate, saying a few words in their native languages as well as in English to be understood by the rest of us. So if you want to participate, it'd be great, because we are registering this activity on the list of activities for the European Day of Languages of the European Commission. So this is today the list of participants and the people who have sent their presentations and would like to share their ideas. Let me also remind you that this year is devoted to digital citizenship, and these projects are going to be featured during the twinning weeks in October. So it'd be nice if you had some ideas as well on this topic. I'm interested very much on it. Also, for English language teachers, this is a year dedicated to William Shakespeare, the great poet and playwright. So I've seen a few projects so far on the works and life of William Shakespeare. I don't know if anyone would be interested. And finally, let me remind you that all projects should take into consideration, all teachers should take into consideration when planning their projects the 6 quality label criteria for quality projects, and we should pay a lot of attention to really collaborative work instead of mere cooperation. So we should find ways of engaging and actively involve our students instead of only presenting work in parallel. So that's all I had to say, and the floor now is yours. I don't know if Marta Pena is here. Not now, not yet, but Sandra Repesa is here, so she can start with her own presentation. Sandra, can you hear me? Sandra, you're now made presenter, and you can say hi. Or maybe you can type on the chat box something. No, we can't hear you speak. No, maybe you can turn up the volume, or leave and re-enter the room. No. Okay. Natalia is here as well. Natalia? Can you speak?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can perfectly hear you now.
Okay.
I'll turn the presentation to the point where you come in, okay? Here you are.
Okay. So hello everybody. My name is Natalia Tsitsi. Before telling you a few things about me and the project that I am planning to do this year, I would like to thank Theodora and the ESL Group for giving me the opportunity to get in contact with all of you and tell you what I have in mind. I'm an English teacher. I work in a primary school in Athens, Greece. I've been an active e-twinner for the past 11 years, and the topic that I'm having in mind for a project would require the students to get involved in identifying and solving a problem of the local community they live in. More specifically, the project that I have in mind entails problem solving, but at the same time it asks for cooperation from the project partners. Partner teachers will make use of the inspirational stories that are included in Jane Goodall's Roots and Shoots handbook. The handbook is available online, but we can also exchange material. Jane Goodall is that famous feature, that famous woman who was in Africa, involved with the gorillas. I don't know if any of you remember that movie that was on a few years ago. With her life and her actions. what we are going to do. Now, first of all, who I would like to work with. I'd like to work with partners who teach 10 to 13-year-olds. Actually, I work in a primary school. My students are 10-year-olds. They are 10-year-old, and but I consider the topic to be a little bit demanding. So it would be great if partners would come from middle school as well. That is first or second year of middle school. 10 to 13-year-olds would be perfect. Of course, I'm open to partnerships with eTwinning Plus countries. The project that I have in mind would take place from December 2016 to March 2017. That is, in December we'll have some ice-breaking activities, and then through January, February, and March, the main core of the project activities will take place, as well as the evaluation. Probably dissemination and the application for the quality label will take place in April 2017, if everything works out fine. In terms of collaboration, I think that there are going to be 3 collaborative activities. This means that there are going to be 3 partners at least, and we'll focus on the first partner's problem, in quotation marks, in the local community. We'll try and solve the first partner's problem in his area or her area, and then we'll move on to the next partner's problem. The problem is something that the children will find out either through interviews with parents, grandparents, local people, using interviews as a tool in the local community. This is what the people, what the students in Community A, let's call it, so that we be able to understand, will use the interviews, and they will go out in the field to find the problem. The problems should be related to people or to animals or to the environment. And the partners will try and spot the problems in Community A of the first partners community using some online tools. For example, Google Maps, or articles in English-speaking sites that focus on problems in that area. The problem solving, the actual problem solving, will be the result of the cooperation of all 3 partners, or more, depending on the partners. As you can see in the presentation that Theodora is showing right now, the partner schools B and C are going to use the internet to find the problem, but they can also use social media sources. They can use social media in order to publish their work too at the end of the project. Cooperation will take place using Adobe Connect, or we'll find other ways too. That is, using the forums in the twin space, we'll be able to discuss it more extensively, and I suppose that we can use Adobe Connect as well to talk to talk about the project and decide all its details live. Finally, the final products will be a collaborative Padlet. with photos and videos and texts collected about the local community needs. This is the mapping phase. This is the first product of the mapping phase for the first community. We'll do the same thing for the mapping phase for the second community and for the third. That is for the 3 partners communities. The second product would be a collaborative campaign journal, and that is a diary of of everything that goes on January the 1st. We decided to do that on January the 17th. We have completed all the interviews with the locals, something of that sort. And finally, a presentation of all the celebrations that will take place at each school, wrapping up the whole problem-solving activity. I don't know whether everything was clear. I'm open to questions. Yes, Theodora, I have just noticed your point. Yeah, that was Sigourney Weaver starring that movie about Jane Goodall. I don't know whether there is time for people to ask questions, but if there isn't, we can use the ESL forum, or I can type my email address. Theodora, what do you think I should do? Okay. Okay, this is...
Natalia,
Yes.
let me say first that your suggestion is really, really interesting, and I love the idea of combining literature and real life situations. The fact also that you have a well-planned project plan based on an inquiry at the first stage, and you have thought of all the rest of the stages very, very well. So I think it's going to be an excellent work. And since I'm also teaching some youngsters of the first 2 grades of high school, I'd also be interested, but you're Greek, I'm Greek, so we'll see. Anyway, you can use, even if now people have, regardless of whether now people have questions, please upload your suggestion on the forum as well, so that more people can see it afterwards. And you can also share your email with us, and also on the forum as well. So if there are any questions, we have some time to listen to them now. And in the meantime, since I don't see any questions coming up, I would like you to decide who wants to be next. Can you raise your hand if you're ready? Great, we have Natalia's email address. Thank you. So would Silvana or Tugba like to continue? Okay, Silvana, but if you have an idea, you can share it with us anyway. Hi, Tom. Great. Obviously, you don't have a presentation either, but you can present your idea without the template. Okay, first though, I would like the people who have their ideas registered on the template to start presenting. And then we'll have time for Silvana and Tom. Tugba, would you like to start? Yes, we can hear you. This is Tugba from Turkey. And you are now a presenter. I hope you have found the microphone button. Okay, since you're not, but maybe you're talking, but we can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can anyone else hear her? Can you type something on the chat box, Tugba? I can very, very faintly hear you. Sorry for the inconvenience, but this is stuff that can happen in such types of meetings. Tugba, would you like me to present it for you? Tell me if you want to. Well, I can introduce you. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Maybe you can turn on the volume, or you have a connection problem. So I'll make your presentation, and you can write whatever you want on the chat box to go with it, okay? So Tugba is an English teacher from Turkey, and she's been working at a secondary school for 12 years. The target group of the pupils she's working is 11 to 14 years old, so I guess they are junior high school students, and she has had European quality labels so far. Now, the project idea would be Teen Life in Europe, a teen magazine. So in international groups, pupils can do some activities on topics like music, culture, lifestyle, schools, cities, national days, dishes, sports, important weeks, birthdays, competitions, celebrations, and much more. The issues of the magazine will be monthly, and there will be also online meetings. The main aim is to improve fluency in English, and of course that pupils enjoy their participation. So if you have this age range of pupils, it would be a project to consider working on. She also plans on using Web2 tools during the project to enhance communication and collaboration, and she's looking for experienced and hardworking partners who are really reliable. The transnational groups will be engaged in collaboration work, and they will work on the monthly magazine using wikis such as the TitanPad and polling tools like the Tricider or the Padlet to brainstorm. Finally, she will present her work in a website in the form of an ebook, or, as we said before, a magazine. Also, there will be exhibitions at school to present the work in the public community. So this is her first suggestion, and also she has sent one more, which, this is yours, Tugba, isn't it? Great. So 11 activities in each magazine. Do you mean per issue or in total? Every month. Okay, so that's lots of work to be done. It's a demanding project, obviously. And the next one, Tugba, I think it's yours as well, Talkative Planets, isn't it? Yeah, easy and interesting. And of course, you will also jointly decide with the prospective partners on how you can adjust these activities. Okay, Claudine is asking how many hours a week you expect the students to work. The timetable has to be set as well. Mm-hmm. Each week, 1 hour is enough. I guess you mean a teaching hour, because children will definitely have to work at home as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Any other questions about the previous project of the journal, the magazine? I think not. So we can move to the Talkative Planets suggestion. Now, I guess this is more of a science project with transnational groups again. Each group will make some research about each planet and the sun, and the pupils will compare the planets, create an animation video on them, vocalizing and personalizing them, making models of the solar system, making masks of the planets, and using role-playing methods. So I think it involves clear content and language integration, as well as experiential approaches. They will also create crossword and jigsaw puzzles, and at the end of the project they will make exhibitions at schools and create an ebook. We are talking about the same age group of students and the same target group for partners, hardworking partners who will never leave the project. So if you decide to collaborate with Tugba, you should consider that there are these specifications. Now, for collaboration, each group will work together by using collaborative tools, again, such as TitanPad and Padlets, and the children will be divided according to the planet they will be working on, comparing them and using simple comparative sentences. So I guess we are also focusing on using the comparative and superlative form in English, and by using animation videos, as we said before. The final product will be a website and an ebook, and there will be models of the solar system made as part of the project as well, masks of the planets and the sun, crosswords, jigsaw puzzles, and exhibitions. I think this is the second proposition of Tugba. So would you like to ask or say something about this science/English project? Tugba, can I ask you what kind of masks you mean for the planets and the sun? Oh, so maybe they will be used for some kind of play as well? Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you like to tell us something more? Mm-hmm. So there is curricular integration. Yeah. I know that in Greek schools, children are also taught geography, so and astronomy. So probably it's in other countries' curriculum as well. You're talking obviously about English now, comparatives and superlatives. Okay. Now, if you want to join Tugba, you can find her suggestion on the forum as well of the ESL group, and we can move forward. Now, let me I have to go back to the beginning of the presentation, and since Marta Penna is not here, I will give her presentation as well. She's a teacher from Spain, an e-twinning ambassador as well, and however, she hasn't developed many projects yet. She has an idea for a history science challenge, including a competition about characters, events, places, and dates and works of art. She suggests that we can work on specific periods of history or throughout more periods, and also on science. Each country will propose a challenge that has to be solved by the others, giving a clue to find out the solution. So information gap again, and games. The clue should be creative in form of written text, audio, image, video games, etc. And the clues should be created by the students. Once the challenge is solved, the character, event, place, date, or work of art will be added to the timeline with more detailed information. At the end of the year, several awards will be given. The ideal group would involve 4 or 5 countries. She already has a partner from Turkey, and she wouldn't have any more preferences. Now, as part of the collaborative activities, the project and a competition would be included, as we already mentioned, a challenge and the clues, and once the challenge is solved, we can add more detailed information about the specific place, event, or work of art. The final product would be a timeline with a lot of information about history and science. Obviously, Marta is not here to answer questions, but if you have some kind of comment, this would be interesting for us. Age range of students. It wasn't specifically said. I don't know. You can ask her, though. You can ask her on the forum. Okay. The next one is Sandra from Croatia. I don't think Sandra is here either. She lives in Croatia and she works in a kindergarten as a preschool children, so it's for really young children from 5 to 7 years old. And I think that throughout Europe, as well as in Croatia, the entire work done in kindergartens is targeting the upbringing and growth, the respect and appreciation of individual needs of the toddlers. So the objective of the program would be to let children hear and try to use a foreign language from the 3rd year until the start of school, without imposing on them time limits or limit its duration. At an early age, children will learn a foreign language without trying to do that, and it will be a natural process just by listening, repeating, playing, singing, dancing, and even painting or drawing. So more physical response to linguistic stimuli. We have a short notice here that the project will be based on the development of interactive and educational picture book under the name International Children Picture Book. I don't know if you're aware of it, but in general, the project will allow active exploration of cultural, traditional, and historical heritage, exchange of information and materials, presentations of the children on tradition, food, habits, and creation of their own works of art, painting, modeling, and designing, so as to encourage, respect, and show appreciation for the traditions of other nations and other people's cultural heritage. The partners, she would prefer to have partners from countries where English is a native language or first language, or it's taught as a second language in the educational institutions. She also wants to include the picture book so as to make the project more fun and interesting and encompass the entire research and artistic work of children in the project. Here you can have a look at the collaborative activities she is suggesting. One of them would be tourists in their kindergarten, introducing educators, employees, friends, etc. Tourists in their own city, investigating their city, traditions, language, and so on and so forth. Tourists again in their own country, presenting attractions, heritage, and tradition. And also history, language, souvenirs, customs, the national anthem, the flag. We should note that the differences and similarities between our own culture and other cultures is a hotly debated issue in Europe, and children will adopt positive values, tolerance, openness, and gain deeper understanding of their society. That's the most important outcome. The final product includes a joint picture book of all the participants of the project and the work they've done so far. I can see that Natalia and Tugba are typing something, so I'm expecting their questions or notes. I don't know if there are other preschool teachers here with us. Are there any? Okay, let's move on. Oh, there is no folder for the presentations. Would it be if I created a folder for them? I haven't created a folder, Natalia, for the presentations, since I thought it'd be better to write a few things about your suggestion in the forum and be more direct. I will, if you want to, I can create a folder and upload all this joint, let's say, presentation, as well as the recording, of course, after the end of the meeting. I didn't want to reveal, let's say, our ideas before the meeting. Okay, so I'll upload it there. Now, the next presentation also from Spain. Now, the name of the teacher is at the beginning with a list of participants, but I have to admit that I don't remember her name by heart. So I'll just make the presentation and we'll see it in the list of participants. She comes from a small high school, again, students from 12 to 16 years old. The topic is natural resources, heritage, and enterprising, and she would like students to learn about their environment, the natural resources available to them, and how to make the best of them. The partners would be from any European country, as long as they are willing to explore their own places and share their findings with other students. In terms of collaboration, they are going to recuperate old natural routes in the area or initiate them by studying the animals and plant life in this area. And the partners could initiate a vegetable patch growing the traditional products of the area in order to elaborate traditional dishes and participate in an international market. So obviously this is a project really open to partnerships with members of the local community. The final product will be the exhibition with a presentation about the natural routes and also stalls of each country with products from their vegetable patches. It'd be nice if they also exchanged their products, I don't know, and maybe taste them as well. Any questions on this topic? No, obviously not. And also we have another teacher, she's Italian, and she comes from Naples, but she hasn't written her name either. Her project idea is let's become tour guides. It's already been approved by the Italian National Agency. And it's a national project, but she would like to make it European by adding some members from other foreign schools. The project has as main objectives the use of English as a communicative language, and knowing our towns and the reevaluation of our area. It involves making our students know the most important, obviously, parts of their area. 15 to 17 years old is the target group of students. And collaborative activities, making our students collaborate to know the countries or cities that will join the project. So again, tradition, heritage, as well as presentation of our national features and characteristics. Photos, videos, and reports will be shared on TwinSpace. And the next one was Natalia, who has told us what she's thinking of. And now we're moving on to Francesca Casellato from Italy. So far, are there any questions or comments you'd like to make? No, I don't see anything. So Francesca works in a vocational school. So yeah, I think there is a variety of age groups of educational settings and ideas, of course, in this partner finding fair. It'd be nice if we had these teachers to present their ideas and support them even better. But anyway, I'm doing the presentation. Now, Francesca has been teaching English since 2000, and she's trying to find ways to boost motivation for her students. She's also interested in the presentation of her town area, and she's focusing on historical details, characteristic places and monuments, traditional events, typical local cuisine, and all these will be introduced in pictures in order to create a tourist brochure that will attract people to come over. It would be nice to have similar brochures from other EU countries, and the possible name for the project would be Visit My Place, Enjoy and Love It. The partners are anyone aged 14 to 16, and the students will be working in groups to create similar posters or brochures and introduce their towns and regions. finally, a big tourist database will be created which will be off the beaten tracks, but a bit so it will be more original and attractive. And she obviously is open to discussing and negotiating. Okay. I don't see anyone asking any questions. And the final two presentations came from Tugba and they have already been shared. So it's time for Silvana and Tom to present their ideas and anyone else who wants to. Okay, Silvana? You are now a presenter.
Yes, thank you.
Would you like to share your camera too, so that we can see you?
Let's see. Let me see. I think you can see me. Okay. So hello everybody. As I said before, I teach math.
Silvana, yes. You have to also press the button start, because I think you can now see yourself, but we can't see you.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Can you see me now? Okay, great. So as I said before, I teach math and physics in a high school here in Italy, in a town. The name is Pavia. Is close to Milan, and our idea, we did not develop yet the project yet, but we have the idea of creating a sundial, so a sun clock that already you can see in our town in many places, these very old sundials. And we think that it is interesting because you can combine knowledge from several subjects like math, science, art, and also, of course, English, because you can, first of all, from science, you can study how to construct it, and to construct it, to realize it, you need math. And here you can use also a software to make calculations and construct the graph needed for the sundial. And then art. Why art? Because in order to make it nice, like the ones you can see in our city, you can enrich it as with many figures and designs, so we can construct it and put it in our school. So the idea is to share this project and to include in this project other partners from other cities from Italy, but also from abroad, in order to calculate the hour at fixed days during the year, so we can see how it works and which are the differences between the let's say the estimations of the hours during the day, and of course along the year. So this is a very let's say initial idea. It would be nice to do that as a e-twinning project. We never participated in an e-twinning project, I have to say, and it would. I am in e-twinning, I think, from since 2 years. I have been here from 2 years, but I never had the opportunity to participate in a project, in an e-twinning project. So we propose this idea from our school. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Silvana. It's a really nice and practical idea. And I can't remember. Did you tell us about the age of your pupils?
Yes, sorry, I forgot to say that our students should be in a range between 15 and 17 years old, because basically we need some math and science knowledge that they have only after or during the second grade in our high school, so they are 15, so we can, let's say, move between 15 and 17.
You are an English teacher, I guess?
I am a math and physics teacher.
Oh,
but
that's
I
great.
work. Yes, but I gave some lessons for CLIL. So and I worked also abroad. So I like to do something that allow students to use English and to have more contacts with other European citizens.
I'm just asking because obviously to create this sun clock, some kind of specific knowledge is needed. So guidance is needed by a teacher who knows. So since you are a maths and science teacher, you can obviously take responsibility and give the right instructions to the rest of the participants.
Yes, but not only me, but also my colleague from my colleague of science is very good in this kind of topic. So he works. He knows very well the topic. So this is the reason why we wanted to somehow collaborate together and to somehow mix math and science.
So this is a STEM is a topic that needs to be developed further, and it's we all know that it's not that so easy to develop a project in this area. Usually twinning projects focus more on communication, tradition, getting to know each other, which is a very direct topic, and I think that more science and math projects have to be developed. So we thank you for your proposal, and please write it also on the forum. Thank you very much, Silvana. Any other questions from the participants? I don't see anything. Oh, Rolanda, sorry. And Tom, I'd like you to start getting ready for your presentation. you can share your camera as well, and if you're ready, let's hear you. Tom, can you hear us? Okay, maybe Tom can't hear us now, or maybe he's trying to respond, but we can't hear him. So, who else would like to share their ideas? For example, we have Lina. Yes. Lina, I'm making you a presenter, and let's give it a go. Okay. Lina, a sound check. 1, 2, 3. Have you unmuted your microphone? Okay, but we can't hear you. Can you turn on your camera? There is on the top orange bar, there are 4 icons. One of them is a microphone, the other one a headphone, a camera, and a raising hand. So if you click on these, we will be able to hear you. No camera. Would you like to leave the room and re-enter? All your microphones are enabled, so you should have it there. And since I made you presenter, you should have it as well. So just try and re-enter. In the meantime, Paula, would you like to say something as well? And of course, Claudine. Okay. Paula, where do you come from? Obviously from Italy. Lina, you're now presenter again. Okay, Lina, would you like to write a few things on the chat box? Just a couple of words about the topic, the age of your students. No need to worry. I know that Lina is a devoted and hardworking teacher, and she's been involved in really quality projects in the past. I can say the same for Natalia as well. They are both Greek colleagues, and Claudine is also well known for her projects. So I totally suggest that you work with them if you have the chance. Okay. No. So I wouldn't like to continue doing all the talking. So if you have something to add, you can do it now. Otherwise, we are reaching the end of this meeting. It was the first partner finding fair of the ESL Group, and we had many registrations in the platform. However, considerably less participants attended it, but I hope that the forum will give everyone the chance to continue discussing, and that new projects will emerge. Tugba would like to say something about her second project idea. Students will vocalize the planets by wearing the masks. So, yeah, role playing in the class, and videos will be taken, and all the videos will be put together. In one video, one collaborative video. Yes, Tugba? Great. So, also here, there is an answer garden that you can click on and write a few words, 1 or 2 words, about your impressions of this meeting and of the entire initiative of the ESL Group in helping eTwinners find partners. So this answer garden link will also be on the forum, and I'd love to hear your voice and provide feedback so as to improve our meetings. Let me say also that more activities of the ESL Group are coming up. We are trying to arrange new webinars with experts, and also I am preparing a questionnaire for to listen to your needs and design the next steps according to what you want to have and what you want to say. So, thank you very much for being here once again, and hope to meet you in the near future. Is anyone going to be in Rhodes in a few days in the PDW? So, yeah, Natalia, see you there. Thank you, Claudine. Bye bye. Thank you very much.